Wow, in case you guys don't see the legs, they are all bent together, and some of them are even touching the pot itself. That's not good. So got this bass from someone just today, and the customer messaged me a while ago and says that, oh, my son has a whole bunch of instruments, but he doesn't have a bass. I want to buy a bass for his birthday. I said, okay, but I don't have a bass right now. And then she says, don't worry, I'll wait. Even if I have to wait past his birthday, I'll just tell him that something's coming. I said, wow, I feel really flattered. She has to buy something for me, and I've never met her. So right off the bat, something is really kind of wrong with it. Number one, this knob comes up way too easily, and it looks like it's not tightened by a wrench. So I have a way to fix this. And then number two, this knob is just loose, and then so my cable is actually a breaker cable. So let me turn it on. I'm not getting anything. I'm supposed to be getting a signal. So it looks like that the circuitry inside is all bad, and then the neck is kind of bowed, which is fine. I can tighten the truss rod in a bit, and I'm just gonna use my Works screwdriver. Highly recommended, because unlike a drill, the torque is very, very low, so you're not gonna strip anything. And if you use it to so I cock it like this, and I have some empty cartridge, so it has cartridges like this, and then you can actually switch the bits, and have two. They give you two sets of this, and you can actually put a tuning peg turner bit, which I thought I had one laying around, probably drop on the ground, and then I can actually use it to turn the pegs. Oh, right here. So like this. And the benefit of it is that it won't actually bend the tuning peg that easily. Highly recommend it. Okay, let's see. Trying to keep all the screws in one place. And for those of you who are taking these off, you'll notice that the one near the input jack actually gets loose, because you're coming in and out all the time. So you can use some toothpick to fill the hole. I will use some wood glue along with the toothpick. Okay, let's see whether or not I can do it very quickly, and also do it without taking off the strings. Okay, I should probably just rewire the whole thing rather than finding out what's wrong with it. Yep, that's pretty easily done. Let's see. So my guess is that because this is loose, the wiring is all screwed up. Okay. My guess is that there's really nothing wrong with these components, other than the fact that they've just been loosened over time. The nut is not even on properly. So I probably need to heat up some of the solder joints just to make sure that it's working. It's missing a washer and a whole bunch of them. Laying around. Not really junk anymore, eh? Since you can use them. Okay. So I'm using my finger to kind of prevent the pot from turning on the back side. Alternatively, you can use a wrench, but I just use this. Okay, let's see. because unlike guitars, basses actually have the pickup mounted to the bass itself. So it's pretty easily to actually just flip this. It's literally just held by these screws, and yeah, let's take a look. Wow, they're very stingy with the wiring. I mean, it's just long enough. So let me just open a picture on my computer. Precision bass diagram. Let's see. And heat up my iron. Because I don't do this professionally or on time, I only have a Amazon iron. You don't need a fancy iron to do this. Okay, here we go. Just make sure you rest it somewhere that it's not your mouse pad. My mouse pad suffered from it. So just rest it here for now and not burn myself, hopefully. Let's see. Standard P bass. Okay. Shout out to Guitar Shop, Buzzers Bass Guitar Shop. Buzzers Bass Guitar Shop. Okay. So that's pretty standard. And diagram is like this. Wish I can flip it, but that's okay. Volume, tone, and also output jack. Output jack is still kind of loose, eh? Tighten it. Generally, these actually come. I've sold two of these in Olympic white with a black pickguard. Really cool looking. But a white one with a white pickguard and slightly yellow. So I guess they call it Olympic white. I've never seen it. So hopefully these pots are not broken. I should probably get a multimeter to kind of read them while my iron is hot. Warming up. These pots are impossible to read. They're what they are. Something K. 500K. I see 00K. I guess it's 500. K. Okay. I think they're 250. Okay. Turn this way. Okay. Come on. They're all screwed up together. Seriously, the wiring. Okay, anyways, pots seems to be fine. Okay, so I'm not gonna because I have to take showers soon. Not gonna keep any of the wiring, so I'm just gonna take everything out because I don't want to find out which solder joint is loose and whatnot. I just want to do it right. Come on. And that was easy. Grounding wire. Oh, the tone pot is even. Come on. Yeah. The capacitor here is not even connected. So no wonder. Anyway, there's still a little bit of lag here for me to use, so I guess I can save this. Otherwise, I should have spare ones laying around. All right, let's take a look. Ouch, still hot. All right. Okay. Looks weird. Let me just take these wires off. The wiring is this. Okay. All right. Let's start new. So I will wire the grounding wire last. So I have free hands to do this. And yes, you probably should do it on top of a piece of cloth or something. Let me see here. I have a notebook. That should be fine. Notebook. Should be fine. That's probably want to see what's going on. So here. All right. Wow, the legs are even like touching. Wow, in case you guys don't see the legs? They are all bent together, and some of them are even touching the pot itself. That's not good. So I think the force from just misusing the pot from using it without the nut being tightened just really screw these wiring up. So hopefully we can fix this by separating them. So this mosquito clamp is very, very useful. Or some people call it some kind of forceps, right? They use it in the hospital. One of my luthier, I think the parent is hospital staff, so they use these. And I think he got a hold of it, and it's very useful, and he's putting on strings. So I highly recommend these, and I actually give these to friends. In tight situation or dealing with like very sharp stuff, it's very, very useful. Recommend it. Or you can, because it has a clamp, you can actually hold on to strings, wires when you're soldering. It's very useful. Now the legs are separated. That's good. Okay. Lock 1 to lock 3. So these wires actually have ground wires, so I can probably use the ground wire. Where does the ground go? Ground to ground. Okay, just reading the diagram here to see how I may use this diagram. Is this diagram even right? Okay. guitarelectronics.com. That looks more right because I'm looking at Buzzard's bass guitar, but the ground on the both the pods are not connected by anything. No, they're not. If anything, Seymour Duncan's diagrams are really, really good. No, I don't want to use these. I think guitarelectronics.com has been good, actually, based on past experience. Okay, great. So, generally, this the cable sticking out that is not white, that's hot. So, hot goes to plug 1. That's good. I like these pots because they have a hole where you can stick the wires through. No, that goes through. And middle lag goes to gold. Wait, no. Goes to hot. That wire is not long enough. This wire is just long enough. That's good. And it's red. I like the fact that it's red. So that goes to hot. Don't move, don't blow on it. Just wait for it to cool down. You should be good. Yeah, so I don't do this all the time, so I am not doing it very quickly, and I have to look at the diagram, which is fine. I just want to do it right. This is actually the ground. Oh, perfect. I don't actually even have the wire. Ground with lug 3. And lug 3 would actually go to the ground, which then would connect it home. Okay. I think I need to cut some new wires, which is fine, happens all the time. You have to have these wire cutters. Save a lot of time. Okay. Middle goes to hot. Middle goes to hot. And I'm going to confuse someone who's going to wire this days later. Okay, I need this much. Great. Because I'm using new wire and they don't actually have any solder on it, so I have to actually put some solder on. So how do you hold a solder gun, the wire and also the solder? You can't. The best way to do it is to actually stand it up with your forceps, like I said earlier. It's not the best setup, but if you're not doing it all the time, this tool serves multiple purposes. And you want tools that actually do multiple things for you. You don't have to buy a whole bunch of tools when you're learning. So some of you believe that, oh, you just buy all the tools at once and you get more out of it. Maybe it's true, but I don't need a solder station because I don't do it all the time and I don't hope to do it all the time. Hot connects to the middle. Just want it to be just long enough. I just realized that these cables have the ground wire sticking out. Well, that's a good idea. Problem is that you're gonna run into a situation that the other wire is gonna stick around and make some unnecessary connection, and it's just going to confuse, well, mess up the entire circuitry. So I might as well just use new wires once and for all. I don't know when I'm going to actually use those wires with ground wires. My brain doesn't actually think like that. So fortunately, I have to probably get new wires for them, which is fine. I have some laying around, and I have to definitely put solder on them. You don't want this solder to drip on your bass or guitar. That's why using a notebook or a piece of cloth is good. But remember, don't put your solder pen on the book because it causes a fire. It's going to burn. We can burn the cloth too, so be really careful. Okay, red pot, lock. Number 3, the ground. Go to hot, locked 3 to ground. There you go. And when it actually cools down, you can actually see that it becomes from chrome to matte finish. Okay, ground goes to ground goes to ground. So this is the ground. White is ground usually on the pickup. Blob is huge. It takes me a long time to burn it, but you don't want to burn the pot though. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's good. Volume pot is done. Tone pot needs to connect the ground to ground. So I can probably use this. Tone is middle. 1 to 2. That's good. So I'm gonna actually use this whole wire. Is it long enough? Yep, just long enough. I think it used to serve the same purpose too. Yep. And I can solder the ground, hopefully. It'd be best if I can actually add some solder. Very important important to actually maintain your instrument over time, because this person probably just got the pots loose and never even tighten it. Come on, you can just tighten it very easily. Sometimes people actually lose the nut and they just kind of pull the entire pot out and play it, but that's not a good idea. You also loosen the connection inside, and you're gonna end up doing something that is like this to make your instrument playable again. Not the greatest idea. Okay, this very poor capacitor only has one long leg now. The leg is so short I can't even solder it to the pot's ground. So I think I'm just gonna put some solder like where the leg is. That looks pretty good. Okay, I think I'm done. Let's not burn up anything using my solder pen by securing it while it's putting down. And I'm pretty confident about this, so I'm putting my solder pen down. Okay, let's try this. That is the sound of life. Oh, oops. Forgot to ground the entire thing. Oops, no wonder. I said I would do the ground wire last, but not do it. Oops. I should probably just do it at the jack, because it's the closest to the jack, actually, really. You can do it anywhere. Ground doesn't really matter. Ouch. Probably not the best idea, because space is very small there. Okay. Now with that, it's a very small fray of wire from the ground sticking out, so I'll cut it. Okay. This is the P-Bass 2.0. Let's see. Oh, no grounding issue. Gain volume. Blast of volume there. Okay. Remember, when you're trying it, don't use something copper or copper coated like this. It won't work. You have to. thanks for watching this late night bass rescue video. And then I'm gonna put the screws back. Last thing you want is wires and wire in a way that you tie the knot and you have to not untie it by soldering again. Ooh, don't want that. So all the pots work and they seem to crackle a little bit. So I'll actually put some contact cleaner. Yes. In Canada, we have Canadian Tire and they have Moto Masters contact cleaner. Very, very good. Lasts a long time. Not sure if it's non-toxic, but gets rid of the crackling right away. And a lot of times I actually give the customer satisfaction of hearing it. When they come over, I'll spray in front of them and show them. Okay, another question is that this pot and this knob is not exactly compatible because it's not trying to fit. So one of the ways I do it is to use some shrink tube. Green one probably will work well. And also a very powerful lighter. Very powerful lighter. Ooh. It's just straight flame. Well, these actually come in different colors and sizes. So this one's too small to even fit it in for shrinking. Them are huge. Oh, I think this is a leftover from the last time I did this. I think this will fit, but I only need half of it. A little bit. These shafts are really, really short. Some people, they use a straw. I mean, maybe it'll work. Last time I used a straw, it actually ended catastrophically, so I'm not a big fan of it. String tube works great and also has good resistance. Okay, shrink. For good measure, sometimes I actually do them both, but in this case, I think this one actually fits quite snugly. So if I put shrink tube, probably doesn't want to go in. And it won't want to come out. That's good. And you know what? Before I actually put the screws back in, no crackling sound anymore. Okay, great. All the screws can go in. Done. Then I think I'm gonna intonate it and also strain the neck. Good to go. Beautiful.